Hey there. Uh, this is a homily for the 32nd Sunday of the year. And bearing in mind that we're coming to the end of the liturgical year, today the readings are all about the resurrection. This is a glorious mystery that gives us a great deal of hope because we are told that we will rise again. Hence, death is not the final answer. It is not the thing that should be making us afraid. Consequently, we can appreciate then what happened in the book of Maccabees, which is really the story of the Maccabean kingdom that came in between, I think it was the rule of Ptolemy. This is about 400, just after the death of Alexander. uh, about 400 BC, somewhere around there. And then the Seleucid Empire, which was from the northeast. And in the middle was Israel trying to stand independently and consequently being persecuted for that. And one of the impositions was that they obliterate the Jewish religion. You see the story here of the seven brothers, but you'll notice in each one of their testimonies, they affirm the resurrection. That is the key point. Despite the horrors of what they're going through right now, the resurrection is when they will be restored. As the one brother says, these parts that are being cut off me will be restored to me when I rise again. So it's a celebration of resurrection, reaffirmed all through the Old Testament, all through the New Testament, all through the history of the church, precisely to show us the great hope that we have, that not everything ends in this life and depends on this world's standards. So, moving on then, we go to the psalm, and the psalm is Psalm 17. Lord, when your glory appears, my joy will be full. This is the general resurrection, and in fact, the uh, final judgment as well. And attend to my cry, hearken to my prayer. My steps have been steadfast in your paths. He has been faithful. The psalmist has been faithful and knows that the Lord will be faithful as well and restore him. I in justice shall behold your face. On waking, in other words, from the dead, I shall be content in your presence. Wonderful optimism of the great power of the resurrection to give us hope right now. Moving on then to Paul, who's writing to the Thessalonian community, he's basically talking about encouragement and hope. This is our attitude now in this world, literally in the face of anything. No matter what it is, we can be hopeful, we can be optimistic, because in fact the Lord will come and he will glorify us. Lastly, then, you have the gospel, which is a little piece from the Gospel of Luke, and it's Jesus arguing with the Sadducees, who basically say there is no resurrection. And so they give him a case. You know the story as well as I do, but they give him a case, and it apparently ends up in a paradox when all seven brothers are married to the same woman. But in fact, Jesus says, the children of this age marry and remarry, but those who are deemed worthy to attain to the coming age, there's a magnificent way of expressing the resurrection, neither marry nor are given in marriage. They can no longer die, for they are like angels. And so he has this wonderful optimism that is objective because it's tied to something that He knows is going to happen. So let's rejoice in that. Have a good day now.